Upcoming troubles. Hey everybody, it's Mike with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I'm sure you guys have all heard by now about China stockpiling food, shutting down exports. A lot of countries are doing this. It's just not newsworthy. It's just not on the news because it's not something that people talk about that much. But it's something we need to be aware of. We need to be planning for. Stockpiling food, yeah, definitely. Food shortages, it's going to get worse, people. But beyond that, what's beyond that? Because we have to look beyond things. We have to be proactive, not reactive, as preppers. We prepare because we see the potential for things not going so smoothly all the time. Whether it be losing your job, whether it be getting injured, whether it be natural disasters, whether it be economic collapse, foreign invasion, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. We see the potential for events like this to happen. They will happen sometime in our life, whether it's small or a big event. So we talk a lot about stockpiling food, stack it to the rafters. Yes, definitely do that. But what's beyond that? Beyond that is the ability to be self-sufficient. Beyond that is the ability to produce our own calories. So I'm down here, I was just looking, scouting an area. I did a Patreon video a lot more in depth about this in the area and our future plans, this area of my property for chickens, ducks, and increasing the size of our garden. So if you want to learn more about that, as well as a lot of other stuff that I can talk freely about, check out Patreon. Links in the description below. It's $1 a month. If you want to pay more, that would be such a blessing. But if you really want to join us there, Team AP, please do so. I highly recommend it. Hundreds of good videos, stuff like that. But anyway, what is beyond? Beyond is taking a look at things like this. If you have property, great. If you don't have property, well, I did that video about moving. And if you are living urban, I would suggest moving anyway, whether it's within an occupied territory or it is in a free state. And these things change regularly. It's a shifting tide and it creeps around everywhere. Some places kind of go back to conservative values. Some just keep creeping worse and worse, being more and more oppressive. But being in an urban area is definitely not a good idea. If you possibly can, which you can do it, you can move rural. Would it mean quitting your high-paying job and giving up all your fancy stuff and all that and living a simple life? Yeah, it may be that. Would it be difficult? Maybe, yeah. Would there be challenges? Yes. Would it be worth it? I feel yes. I love the simple lifestyle of homesteading. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's simple life. You just worry about simple things. One simple thing I've been thinking about lately is that log. I gotta process it up. I gotta get the saw out and take care of that. Make a bunch more firewood. It was a dead tree, so we could actually probably use the wood now, although I don't need to. I need to cut it up, chop it up, stack it, get it ready for future use, because that's what we do also. We prepare along as many lines as we possibly can. Other things I've been thinking about is security. Security is always important. See behind me, those are blackberry bushes. See over here, let's see, all the blackberry bushes. All those are blackberry bushes. Blackberry bushes. Blackberry bushes over there. Blackberry bushes all along there. Blackberry bushes, blackberry bushes, blackberry bushes, blackberry. Everywhere you look here, surrounded by blackberry bushes. A lot of them need to be taken out, like I talk about in the Patreon video and stuff like that. But anyway, let's walk and talk. So, future plans being what they may be, we are going to need to start clearing some of this area and getting it ready for planting and or raising animals, as well as taking a harder look. I don't know if I can take a harder look because I already have, but at security. As I go into the woods here, this is also my property. Look around through areas like this, how to best defend these areas. Because right back over here, there is a road that goes down there, paved road. So that's a concern. That is, I mean, it's not a major road, it's still just a little rural country road. Down the hill a ways is more of a major, it's actually a highway. They call it a highway. Well, it's still only a 2-lane little country highway. But another thing is about being back in here that I'm reminded of also when I see all this stuff. We all over the place, we got salal, we got, ooh, my finger moved the wrong way, Oregon grape, we got right over here, black huckleberries, a lot of stuff to be able to forage. And that's important also. Things are going to get a lot worse. As, I mean, all indications show that they will. So we need to be taking a round turn on what we're doing as far as looking at the long game, not just playing the short game. Food storage is kind of, I look at that as a short game for preppers, because once you start using your food storage, you start that stopwatch on your life, because eventually it'll run out if that's what you're relying on solely. That's why things like foraging, like I told you about, there are lots of things to forage around here. And then also self-sufficiency stuff, the ability to replace and to grow our own food, raise our own animals, is vitally important. To me, that's the long game, because that's a lifestyle that is sustainable. That is a lifestyle that will keep my family fed pretty much indefinitely, unless something happens and we got to go somewhere else, and or you know, this stuff is taken from us beyond our control. That's one reason why I get out here and I secure and I look and I monitor my perimeter and my property and my area, as well as out in areas like this, build defensive positions. And they are out there. And would anybody be able to find them? If they came upon the exact right spot and looked at the exact right angle, correct angle, they might be able to find them. Other than that, good to go. So, but I mean, if you're urban, I mean, you can't do any of this. You can't secure your area if you're living in an apartment. I mean, you're at your doorstep. Your doorstep is your perimeter. Your front door is your perimeter. Your windows are your perimeter. That's unsustainable. And you don't have hardly any ability to grow food. So as far as moving, I would say I would highly advocate, highly recommend moving if you're urban, especially if you're living in a big city. At least try to, if you got to keep that job, at least try to move to the outskirts. Maybe the outskirts of suburbia, like not the urban suburban line, but the suburban rural side. You also would probably find that your housing and stuff would be less expensive out there also. So it may actually be better. Yeah, you'd have more of a commute, maybe, stuff like that. But we really have to start taking this seriously and making moves towards being sustainable, living a sustainable agrarian lifestyle. I just have a feeling that it's going to go back to that. Part of me would love that, just because it's simple. I wouldn't have to worry about different things. You know, we would just live simple, take care of ourselves, raise our animals, grow our garden, play with our kids, you know, secure the perimeter. Just, I mean, it would be you'd have like it would be like a clear focus. You'd have a clear focus instead of distractions by this and that. Oh, we got to go to the store. Oh, we got to go here. We got to go there. We got to do this. You know, it would like clarity. You'd have clarity. There's that road I was talking about. You can hear the cars going by down over there. Not much traffic, but there's some. I mean, I don't want SHTF to happen, really, necessarily. But the more prepared we get for it, the more I'm just like, well, whatever. So, it's peace of mind. I hope that you guys are moving in a direction where you can have peace of mind also. And where you wouldn't necessarily mind. You know, it's like, whatever. Okay, so there would be different things we'd have to worry about. Yeah, we'd have to worry about threats more because, you know, law enforcement wouldn't be coming. Well, you know, where I live, law enforcement really isn't coming unless it's, you know, certain things, more dire need type things. And even then, it would take them a while to get here. So we already are of the mindset of having our own security, stuff like that. I go running down the road all the time, and well, not all the time, but you know, I go running down the road and plate carrier and stuff like that. Those defensive tools. When I hear things, I hear the other night I heard somebody stealing logs on the side of the road, ran them off. Another time I had a neighbor, their home alarm was going off. I went down there, secured the area until the cops did show up. And yeah, around here, sheriffs show up. They didn't even bat an eye. Then I was in full plate carrier, you know, intact gear and stuff. They were just like, cool, okay, we got it. I gave them a rundown of the situation. And then they're like, all right, cool, we got it. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna head back home. And they're like, roger that. Anyway, so I encourage you guys to try to head the sustainability direction, the homesteading direction. It's peace of mind. It's simplistic life. It is hard. It's a lot of work, but man, I'll tell you what, it's also mental. It is awesome for your mental health. Just working the land, going back to basics. You know, I don't know if you heard in the background by my son shooting his BB gun at aluminum cans. You know, the aluminum zombies, we got to take them out. You know, that's important. So, the simple life is very rewarding. When we're out there working on the garden, my kids love it. My kids love working on the garden. That was funny. My son said the other day that, what was it, the summer of 2020 was, for a lot of people, the worst summer ever. And the worst year ever because of all the crap going on. He loved it. He said it was the best summer ever. Because what did we do? We sat outside and we built raised beds. We gardened. We did all kinds of things. We spent the whole summer outside, you know, all daylight hours outside, working in the garden, growing stuff, having fun. Yeah. And there's that peace of mind again. That we were able to do that just because we were prepared. I didn't have to worry about all the other stuff. When everybody else was stressing out, freaking out, losing their minds, we were having the best summer ever. So yeah, that's good. And you can teach your kids how to do all this stuff as you learn along with them. You're going to gain all the good skill sets by doing all this stuff, by learning all this stuff. And I can't tell you how much I advocate the simplistic homesteading type lifestyle. It's awesome. Please do your best to head that direction. Do the best where you're at first. And then maybe try to put some bigger plans in place. Anyway, I love you guys. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below. You know, do all those kind of things to help out the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. I need to get to work. I got stuff to do. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.